you're new here. I'm Colin, first time mom to Elba. We live in Calgary, Canada. We moved here from South Africa and my mom is coming to visit us in a few days. So that's what this video is, preparing for my mom to come visit us. She is coming from Spain, where she lives. I'm super excited for her to come, and I like to do things that I think enriches her experience of staying with us. So again, that's what today's video is. This morning did not go as planned, I guess, a little bit more rushed than I was expecting or wanting. This dough is just not as nice as I thought it would be, but that's fine. We went to Nature Play, then we went to the thrift store, and now Elba is napping. I'm trying to see what I can do with this dough that is a lot more sticky than I was expecting or that I'm used to. There's a few things that I'm going to take you along with as I prepare for my mom to come visit us. So one of the things that I'm currently doing, I'm going to make sourdough pizza for us on the day that she arrives. And I like to prep the dough in advance, and then it will just stay in the fridge until Friday. Also going to feed my starter because I want to try to attempt a bagel recipe that a friend sent me yesterday. That's not in preparation for my mom coming, that's just because Ian said he's kind of been craving some bagels and I'm wanting to live more seasonally, so I'm gonna try and make a bit of a fall inspired bagel. But I have to feed this guy now so that I can do the dough tonight so that I can bake the bagels tomorrow. There's a lot going on in preparation for my mom coming and just general life. So I made a list of all the things I want to get done today, tomorrow, and the morning before she arrives. And with sourdough and other stuff, I'm also trying to keep track of the timelines and at what times I'm supposed to be doing what. I'll put it here in the middle of the counter so that I don't forget to prep the dough this evening. I'm just checking my list of things that I would like to get done today, but also I like to eat lunch when Elba is napping because then I feel that when she wakes up, I can make lunch for her and for Ian and just focus on other things and not worry about eating. Also, I'm hungry right now. While doing the prep for my mom, obviously our usual stuff doesn't stop, so gotta do some laundry while the food is heating up. Everything I got at the thrift store today. So we kind of last minute decided to do something for Halloween. So I got some lights, let's turn that on, a little container, some yarn, some books, and specifically this one for the bagels. I didn't necessarily find exactly what I was looking for today, so I'm gonna have to go back to a different one this afternoon. Kitchen, I can continue the prep for my mom's arrival. So one of the things that I think makes it nice for someone to stay at your house is to consider what they typically like to eat and their health choices. If you are familiar with me, you'll know that we are health conscious, and we have particular things that we consider healthy that other people may opt to do differently. So my mom knows her body best, what works for her, and she has different preferences in terms of eating healthy, and I'm going to prep some food for her arrival. Because the other thing is that while I am currently in the phase of spending a lot of time in the kitchen, and I'm enjoying that, and it's fulfilling for me, and it's a meaningful life, and it's very almost new phase for me. This is not the phase my mom is in. She did that when we were kids. So I am hoping to prep food for her such that she doesn't need to spend a lot of time making food for herself, because she won't necessarily be eating the same food that we're going to be eating, and that she can also just eat whenever she wants to, and there's food ready for her. So one of the things that I did last night is I soaked some brown rice. We do not typically eat brown rice. If we do eat rice, we eat organic white rice, but my mom's preference is for brown rice. So I got her some brown rice, I've soaked it. I'm going to cook a large batch of brown rice, and then I got these jars yesterday at the shop, and I'm gonna freeze little rice portions for her into these. And she can just add some chicken broth, heat that up, and she's got a starch. I didn't check with my mom how she likes her rice cooked. I'm just cooking it the way that I typically cook our rice, which is I soak it overnight, sometimes even longer. I rinse it really thoroughly, and then I'm gonna cook it in the Instant Pot. Hopefully that's fine. The other day, in preparation for Halloween, by the way, I feel very, it's like off topic, I feel very weird about Halloween. Halloween is not typically something we celebrated in South Africa, or even did. There were maybe a few people who did, but this is not like a common thing. Anyway, I don't know how I feel about like the whole creepy vibes and that being the thing. And initially we're not gonna do anything. I also don't really like to do seasonal decor because I find it quite wasteful, like money and stuff and so forth. So typically don't do any of that stuff. But then I was reading up about people just discussing Halloween and how few kids are doing it these days, and how few people make an effort, and how sad that is, and it's like really important to communities, and they feel really sad when people don't do it. So that's why last minute we decided to do a little bit of something. And also Elba is quite a social kid, so I thought maybe it would be nice for her if people do come to our house. But I feel awkward about it. One, yeah, first of all, we've never done it, don't really know what we're doing, and also don't want to do it, it's raw, in a way that is like wasteful or super creepy or any of that. So one of the things that we did do is we bought an organic pumpkin, and we carved it, and I made, this was my long-winded story to get to this point, I made pumpkin soup with the inside of the carved pumpkin. And I carved a huge pumpkin, so this Instant Pot had to work really hard, and the final part, it didn't get to pressure. There's something went wrong with it. So I cleaned it, and I am hoping that it was just that once-off thing, because I haven't used it since then. Kind of hoping that...
Monkey.
Okay.
It's your food.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that it works today for the rest. But we'll have to see. So in between prepping for my mom to come, I did a few last-minute Halloween things. But I'm kind of hoping that we have enough time today to go to a different thrift store to just find some more things. And if you are familiar with me, you can assume that I don't want to hand out little single wrapped candy full of ingredients that I would never feed to my kid. That doesn't feel right to then hand that out to other kids. And I wasn't really sure what to do, since this is our first one and I already feel a bit awkward. But what I ended up doing, I'm gonna use this as a cup, was last night I placed an order for little toy thingies. And sure, that to me is also wasteful. Like, they're kind of, I guess I would consider them on the cheaper end of toys that we're handing out to people. Or they're not necessarily just toys, it's like Halloween themed pens, but at least I know that they're not single use. So there will at least be more than just a little bit of use out of it. And hopefully that's okay. I'm trying to do it, but I'm also trying not to like be wasteful in going about doing it. But anyway, this is our first year attempting to do anything, so we'll see how we feel and kind of going out my comfort zone, and if it feels awkward and if things don't feel like it sort of aligns with our values, then I just won't do it again, or I will make changes and do it differently next year. Pressure. Okay. I'm going to confirm that it's going to come to pressure, and then let's go to the shop. Yeah? Yeah? To the shop. Me and you. Okay. Well, while we wait for it to come to pressure, let's check out these lights that I bought at the thrift store. Oh, I see. I saw this and I did not understand what this is on lights. Clearly I'm not a seasonal decorator, not familiar with lights, but I see now it's so that you can attach a bunch of them to each other. Nice. One of them doesn't work. Happy birthday. Yeah, similar concept. Just to try, I bought 2 boxes. I didn't know much about lights. There's some replacement ones. Nice. Let's unplug you. No, I don't get it. No, I do get it. Now we plug this here. Ooh. Is that what we're supposed to do? Ta-da! Just kidding. I was anxiously waiting, but it reached pressure. So Instant Pot is not broken, and the rice can cook. Yeah. Oh, happy birthday! Yeah, with the lights. Anyway, we're gonna go to the thrift store now. I'll see you later. Back from the thrift stores. It's nearly 6 p.m. It's a rainbow at the thrift store. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty tired, and I won't be filming for much longer just because I'd like to get on making supper and then bath with her and put her to bed and all that. And the orders arrived while I was out. So one of the things that I'm doing in preparation for my mom coming is we do not receive enough stayover guests to justify having a permanent guest bedroom. So my office turns into a guest bedroom when we have guests, but for the rest of the time it is just functional as my office. So I'm going to turn it back into a guest room. It's been a guest room before, but just now I've got a lot more stuff in there. Things that I ordered is this kind of organizer thing for the closet. I'll show you once Elba's gone to sleep and we start working on turning my office into the guest bedroom. This is what I ordered for my mom to have something to put her clothes in, and you will see how chaotic my office is and what I need to do to kind of get it ready for her to come. So anyway, I'm excited. Maybe I won't open this. Maybe I'll wait until Elba's gone to sleep and I'll open that. but also the other packages arrived. No, it's actually not just the Halloween stuff. Another one of the food choices that my mom makes is we cook a lot with butter, where she prefers to cook with ghee. So, got some grass-fed ghee. Yes, I ordered it off Amazon because it was the cheapest grass-fed ghee I could find in a convenient way, because when I went to the store the other day they didn't have any. And then the other thing that's in here, authentic organic chai. I'm putting together a little bit of a birthday / Christmas gift for my mom when she arrives, because I was gonna send her some chai tea for her birthday and then I didn't get around to doing that, or I kind of changed my mind to what I wanted to give her. And I think she is bringing her own chai tea with when she comes, but I thought it might be nice to just, as a gesture, have this. I was actually looking for tea bags, but this was the only one I could find that didn't have natural flavor or some kind of flavorant in. This is literally just some real foods that's in it. So hopefully she likes it. I think these are candles. That's smaller than I was expecting. They'll have to do. Some Halloween toys.
Open.
More Halloween toys. Jag ska lite open, ja. And these are some Halloween pens. Okay, it's pretty late and I'm tired. It's been a long day and I'm definitely feeling the effects of luteal phase me having made loads of plans. That menstrual phase me is feeling a bit tired to execute. So, to honor my body's energy and abilities right now, I am going to take 1 or 2 not super important things off of my to-do list for tomorrow. But it is obviously very important that I set up this guest room and make it nice and comfortable. So I'm going to get started on that. It's late and I got to wake up early to go do something with Elba in the morning. And I have a few things that I still have to do tonight down in the kitchen. But I'm going to show you what my office currently looks like and then get started on just organizing it and clearing the space to bring up the bed. In addition to cleaning up the room, I'm still finishing up my mom's birthday gift, which is these wool slippers. I'll show more of that another time. So this is the closet that I need to organize into a way that there's space for my mom to put stuff. Now I can still use my office, my camera and gear. This is all of like Elvis sensory bin stuff and toy rotation things that I'm still figuring out a system for. I feel like that's first time mom problems, but I'm going to figure out a good system here. And then the rest of my office is actually pretty neat. It's just like my computer and my bookshelf and stuff. So let's sort this out. huge improvement, I think. There's a closet that's organized. This is organized. The floor is clean and vacuumed. Yeah. We'll still add a bed and remove a few things and clean a second round just to make it nice, but I think this is a big improvement. Okay, I gotta go do some nails now. Is napping. It's now 1 p.m. We've had a busy morning. Went to like a Halloween themed singing play date type of thing this morning. We're back. The bagels are doing their second ferment now, and I'm gonna get myself something to eat, go through my to-do list, check what I want to get done this afternoon and this evening. I think that a lot of it might be food making. I'll do that once Elba's awake, and then it will be the final touches on getting the guest bedroom together. Oh yeah, and cleaning the guest bathroom as well. We'll see if I get to doing that today. I think I'll get to doing that today. Otherwise, I'll do that tomorrow morning. But yes, let me get on just a little bit of me time while Elba naps. And I'm sorry I haven't been filming that much today. Filming feels like I'm taking you along with me in my day, which is lovely, but I also just sometimes need a little bit of alone time. So that's what I'm gonna do right now quickly. I had some food and some little bit of me time, and now I am back. One of the other things that I'm doing to prepare for my mom coming, I mentioned this earlier, is a little bit of a birthday / Christmas gift package. The main birthday gift that I have picked for her and have been making for her is some wool slippers. A while back I decided I wanted my family to have real wool things, and I found that buying it is very expensive, so I decided to thrift wool and crochet things from YouTube videos and free patterns. This is my second or third month of doing that, and for the first time I bought a pattern. I bought a pattern from Etsy for these slippers. I printed it out, put it in this folder because I decided to make most of my immediate-ish family members some slippers. The main reason I did that was because I specifically wanted them to have the proper like sheepskin sole. So this is fluffy inside, and I bought the ones that have already got holes punched into them, and then I bought the pattern, and then I also went ahead and I bought the yarn from this company as well to make it easier for me. So I've made a bunch of slippers for Elba in various sizes from thrifted wool, and that was cool. That was good practice. And now with this pattern, I've been making these for my mom in this color. I quite like it. So this is real wool. I've made ones for myself, I've made ones for Elba. I'm halfway finished with Ian's ones, and I'll be making some for my niece and nephew as well. So before my mom arrives tomorrow, I need to finish up this shoe. And then I'm also going to put in the cable as well as the like tie thing here in front to have them ready for her when she arrives. On that crochet note, the other gift that I made for my mom was some mohair hand warmers. This was inspired because years ago, my office in South Africa was a very cold room. It was a room that didn't get much sunlight, and it would often be, my hands would be quite cold when I was working in there. So my mom gave me her mohair hand warmers, which inspired me. I bought some secondhand mohair. I made Ian a scarf. I decided to make my mom some hand warmers. It was my first attempt at making hand warmers, but I ended up making some for Elba as well, and Elba has been using hers for 2 weeks now, and they work so well for Elba because real wool is so great in terms of regulating temperature as well as how it responds to moisture. So Elba even wore hers out in the snow and they didn't get wet. I didn't lanolize Elba's, but I did wash them in a wool wash that has a little bit of lanolin. So it just puts a little bit of the lanolin back into wool. Long story short, part of my mom's gift is these hand warmers and these shoes that I gotta finish. Because of our parenting choices and the way that we like to do things, I don't get a lot of time to work. So I do typically do most of my work in Elba's nap. And then depending on at night what my energy is like, I may just spend the time crocheting because it feels like something that is very relaxing for me, but also it contributes to my family. And during that time, I will either spend thinking, planning, or watching something that I think is of value to my mind and to my body, or consuming some kind of information that I think is worthwhile consuming. I don't typically use Elba's nap to crochet unless it's been maybe a tough day and I feel that it would be good for me to just sit peacefully and crochet. It always feels good to do that. But today I'm going to do that. It feels restful and nice, but also I'd like to get these slippers done for my mom. A final thing before I get on with that, because I don't know how long Elba's gonna nap for, is I'm just gonna show you behind me on the floor. Over there. That is first of all the pillows that I bought last time from IKEA. So these are the exact pillows that my mom has in her house. She has them in our house. We don't use them. They stay in the linen closet. I'm busy washing the pillowcases for her, and then the thing under that is a new item. So if you're not familiar with us, a while ago, more than a year ago now, we became floor bed people. We sold any bed base that we owned, and our bed in our room is not on the floor. It's on like a layer just so that there can be some air circulation on it, but it's only lifted like that much. And then in here as well, the office bed is a floor bed because when Elba was younger, she used to nap in here while I used to do work. We don't want to buy a bed base even though she doesn't nap in here anymore, just because, again, we don't get guests often enough to justify having a big bed. And if we were to get a couple, for example, then we would want a bigger bed for them. So it doesn't make sense for us to get some kind of bed base. Bed here will be a floor bed. The mattress will come out of the garage where it's been stored nice and safely in a bag. That kept it clean. And then that, which you saw there, is a new purchase. That is a mattress topper. Mattress we have, whoa, this video is getting long with me being like, so this is this random thing that me and my family do. But this random thing that me and my family do is our beds are firm. Alba and I sleep on a firm organic mattress. It's safe for co-sleeping and bed sharing. First of all, it's literally a safety requirement for that they don't be memory foam for co-sleeping. She's older now, so it's not as important, but it was like that since she was a baby. And because she used to nap on this when she was a baby, the bed in here also is firm and not memory foam. And Ian actually takes it to the next level. He can sleep straight on the floor and often does. Well, not on the floor, like put something down just to not be on the carpet, but it's not for softness, it's more just to not be sleeping on the carpet and feels cleaner. But anyway, so we are all about the firm surfaces. Our couches are also firm, they're play couches, but let me not go on a tangent about that. It is not for everybody. is not for everybody. And the last few times my mom has stayed with us, it has not been a fun time for her body. So one of the things that we discussed is like, how can we make that better? Because it's not nice for me if she comes to visit us and then she spends like a month recovering from having slept on the surface. So what we're trying out this time is that mattress topper. That is like a bamboo memory foam kind of mattress topper that we bought. But we're gonna see how it works. I tested it out briefly and it feels nice and soft, but I'm gonna make the bed later and give it a proper feel. That should help make the surface a little bit more comfortable for her to sleep on. As a final thought before I get to crocheting, if you are somebody who prepares for guests to come, or you have guests who stay in your house, or you live abroad, so your parents come and they stay with you, I really find it to be a balance between I'd love to make my home comfortable and welcoming for guests. I'd love to accommodate them as far as I can and make it a nice stay for them, while also bearing in mind that the rest of the time I don't have a guest. So I don't want my house to have like permanent guest features unnecessarily so, because it's such a small percentage of the time that we have a guest staying in our house versus us living here. So the bed is one example of, it used to be out all the time because Elba napped on it, but when Elba stopped napping on it, we got a mattress cover and we put it away. And I'm very happy about that because it was like unnecessarily taking up space in a room where I definitely need the space, because I do a lot in this room. Besides the toy rotation stuff and my 5,000 different hobbies, I also do the filming for my company in here, for my employment relations company. Now that all being said, I'm gonna go crochet the slippers until Elba wakes up. Elba is awake. Elba's play sitter will be here in half an hour, and I've got food that I'm going to prep for my mom's arrival. So one of them is something that we do typically eat, but I'm going to cook it differently for her than what we typically eat it, which is chicken. So for her, I'm going to make it in the Instant Pot and then brown it a little bit with some chicken broth in a pan with ghee. And then the other one is something, it's the first time I purchased it, is ground lean turkey. Google the best way to cook that, but I'm assuming just with some ghee in a pan, maybe some salt. Take it from there. So this is just so that when she arrives here, it's obviously a lot of food, there is food for her to eat for the next few days if she doesn't want to eat what we're eating. Ik ga het open met het rauw. Zoals met het voormaak. En dan is het gaar is daarna om dan niet ons dit. Ja, dit is rauw. Dit is food. Ja, ja. Dinner. This is dinner for Oma. I'm also gonna finish up the bagels.
Mama.
The ghee. This is butter. Are next gonna get it?
No.
No?
Mama food.
But can I get on a food kram?
Mama food.
On a food.
Mama food.
Alright, I'll have the food kram. And your Twitter? turkey's on the go. Water is boiling for the bagels. The bagels call for brown sugar. I don't have brown sugar, so I'm just gonna mix organic sugar with some blackstrap molasses. Ons moet net kyk dat die tyd afgaan, my Luxie. Weer appel in? Ek weet nie waar het vat. Nice, happy is Many hours later, Elba's asleep. It's time to do the whole bed setup in here and see what else I get done tonight. I had a lot of energy today, but after going out for Halloween and handing out stuff, which was fun, I have very little energy left now. Clean up the guest bathroom, which is in here. Day. It's a new sensory bin set up. I've removed the fall one. There we go. It is Friday. Today's the day we're gonna pick up my mom. She lands like late afternoon, so we've got the whole morning and Elba's nap and then a little bit of time afterwards to do whatever else I want to do to prepare. So one of the things that I'm preparing, usually she's not very hungry after a flight because you eat when you fly and stuff, but nonetheless, I'm making pizzas for us for dinner, sourdough pizza. You saw me make the dough, so I'm gonna bake the bases of it first because I don't have like one of those pizza stones. Yeah, die boom. And I'm gonna grate the cheese and I'm gonna cook the pork mince topping that's going to go on and just prep everything to put it. Actually, I'm going to probably put it on and then just not put it in the oven so that it's ready for us to make when we come back, because she is flying from a different time zone. So That also means that she'd likely want to go to bed quite early and maybe be a bit tired. But today is also a new month, so it's not in prep for my mom coming, but I'm gonna wipe off my calendar, plan out November, make sure I've got all the important dates in. I've got a few activities or things lined up for me and my mom to do and with other people, so I'll slot those in and make sure that we're prepared for that. I also need to finish up her gift slippers. I'm not concerned about that. There's literally 1.5 rows left and then the cord and putting the cord stopper on, so for sure I'll be able to finish them. I'm excited to see what the finished what's the word, version looks like. Anyway, the one thing I didn't think that I was going to do is wash the shower curtain. So our usual washing is on at the moment, and that goes for quite a while because it includes a cloth night nappy, and that needs to be washed really well. And yeah, huh? Boom. All right. And I decided I'm going to go to the organic store or the natural shop and just get a few like salad-y type things if my mom wanted to have that. Yes, ons kan gaan. As well as a few of the perishable things that I didn't buy for her ahead of time, just to have it in the fridge for her when she gets here. And a nicer, oh. Okay, I'm gonna go. So I was thinking I should have filmed this room in the morning because it is beautiful and bright and light in here in the mornings. And I was right, I should have, but I didn't. So I'll just tidy up that when I'm done. Elba's napping, so I'm just quickly showing you what I did. I'm just gonna finish putting the gifts up there. Yeah, cozy spot, ready for my mom to come. It is now 1:45. We'll probably leave to the airport just after 4 to go fetch my mom. And I'm going to quickly finish up her shoes. As you can see, there's literally 1 row left. Tying this, put the cord stopper on, and then they're done. And then once Elba is awake, we'll do the pizza stuff. Just to have everything ready for dinner and do like kind of last minute cleanups downstairs. If the shower curtain's done being washed, I'll put that back up. If not, I'll wait for it to be done. But yeah, we did go to the grocery store and we got a few things. That was fun. I'm very excited. Also feeling a little low energy today, but that's fine. So the final row on these slippers is just a single crochet row. And then I'm gonna fasten off and weave in the end. There's only one end to weave in because I already weaved in the bottom end when I did the bottom, so that you don't have to go digging into the shoe. I feel like I have made so many like slipper type shoes by now. They are kind of fun to make, but they're also like have a different element to them compared to making something like a scarf or a blanket, just because there's a lot of counting that goes into doing this toe part to make sure you do it right. Whereas a scarf or a blanket is just kind of mindless, relaxing crocheting. This is also relaxing in a different kind of way. So once I've finished my mom's, I'm gonna maybe just move on to a different crochet project. I like to spice it up and not just do the same thing over and over and over before I go and do my niece and nephew's ones, and then my mom will take those to my sister in South Africa for me. But doing my niece and nephew's ones will be super quick because I finished Elba's in like one sitting because they're little compared to the big ones. And oh, I need to finish Ian's. His looks so nice. And let me just actually show you. So this is the sole that I purchased. It's got the holes, as you can see. Can you see? Come on, camera. The holes there, and then the nice soft part for your foot. And then for Ian and myself, kind of went with wool that was on sale at the time of purchase, so that's what inspired the colors. But his is like a bright yellow green color, where my mom's is this like dark blue green color. So now I'm just gonna watch some YouTube and finish up this slipper. Yarn needles, but I'm going to weave it in with this instead of the yarn needle, unless I find that irritating, in which case I'll go grab my yarn needle. But I often find that I prefer to weave it in using a crochet hook versus a yarn needle, but it also depends on the yarn I'm using. Pattern for this shoe also gives like how much space you want to have here in front, like how many stitches you want to leave, and I would be counting, but again, I've made a few slippers, so I'm just gonna wing it based off of what I liked and didn't like when I made mine. And also when I made mine, I used a stitch marker to put like where to put the cord, but I know the stitch I like to put the cord into and can recognize it now because this is my third pair I'm making, not counting the half one that is done for Ian's. So I like to put it into this, I think it's a double crochet row over here. Yeah, it's the double crochet increase row. I've tried a variety of ways to put this cord in. The first time I put it in like the way that she shows in the video, that didn't work for me. I tried to use a yarn needle, I didn't like that either, so I just am putting them in by hand using this. Yes, it takes longer, but the other ones resulted in me like pulling on the yarn and it wasn't nice, so I'm gonna do this instead. Even though it definitely takes more time. Repeat. Elba actually ended up taking quite a long for her nap, and I used that as an opportunity to get some work done. So I didn't do any further prep for my mom coming other than doing some work. But I'm in the kitchen now. I'm making all the stuff for the pizza. I'll see how far I get before we need to leave to the airport. And I will again check my mom's flight because I learned my lesson from a previous time that she visited. I didn't check the flight before we left to the airport, and it was delayed by like quite a lot. So today's flight is also delayed, but not by that much. So if it's still on time, we'll be leaving to the airport in the next 15 minutes. So therefore I'm gonna end off today's video here, just so that I can focus on the last little bit of getting stuff done before we leave to the airport. And I just want to thank you for coming along with me for the last 2.5 days. It's been fun having you. And if you like my content, and I'll see you in the next video.